Hey guys, what's up? I am GojiFan98 and welcome back for another new video for today. Today I am going to continue on for the next episode, GojiFan98's Godzilla-Thon. Today we're going to take a look at the 28th entrance in the Godzilla franchise and the final chapter of the Kiryu saga with Godzilla Tokyo SOS, which this is my favorite movie of all time in the Millennium series, and a direct sequel from the last movie, Godzilla Against Mechagodzilla. The only sequel for the Millennium series connected right after the events from the previous film. So now, Godzilla Tokyo SOS had an interesting history we're going to discuss about. It was the year 2003. After Godzilla Against Mechagodzilla was successful, Toho began production for making the next movie. There are many drafts were submitted to Toho by Masahiro Yokotani and showed it to the returning director Masaaki Tezuka to look and see which one of the script might be suitable for him. But he found all of them were too boring. So he decided to write his own draft. He works all night and day and brought back Mothra and brought back one of the characters from the original Mothra, Shinichi Chujo, replacing by Hiroshi Kazumi, and marks the last time Hiroshi Kazumi made an appearance in the Godzilla franchise before his death in 2015. Also, Kazumi also hadn't been in the Godzilla movie way back in 1984 film The Return of Godzilla, portrays Minami, the geologist in Mount Mihara. So, Godzilla Tokyo SOS takes place 1 year after the events from the last one, from Against Mechagodzilla, while Kiryu was going under repair, working on a new arm and have to replace the Absolute Zero cannon. They couldn't get an artificial diamond for large enough to build a new one. So the JXSDF decided to replace it with a triple hyper maser cannon instead, which made Kiryu more fungible. Around that time, the show agent asks Chujo that he has to get the bones of the original Godzilla bones back to the ocean. Using the bones with Kiryu was a very mistake, because it was a mistake for violating the national law's order, and the reason why the current Godzilla keeps coming to attack Tokyo because it's trapped to the bone, like it did in the last time when it was connected to the first Godzilla's spirit bones, and it makes the current Godzilla to find, and it keeps coming to attack Tokyo because of the bone. Mothra had a new design, and she looks very impressive. And it was nice to have Hiroshi Kazumi return and Masaaki Tezuka and Masahiro Yokotani work together again once more. And I hopefully wondered in the future if Toho could bring Masahiro Yokotani back to composing the future Godzilla films once again. Even if they could bring back Masaaki Tezuka to help direct the next films or so. But that only depends in the future. And also this movie featured one of the actors who appears in Super Sentai series, Guile Ranger. The actor who portrays Guile Red make an appearance in the Godzilla movie for the first time. Nomo Kaneko portrays Shinichi Chujo's nephew, who is also a ground crew for Kiryu. As his previous job, he was working with a fighter ground crew, and now he's working with a ground crew of Kiryu, but he's a medical. He was engineering, that he can repair anything. According to one of the characters, said that Chujo loves the machine, that's kind of interesting quote I ever heard. And also this movie had featured one of the kaiju only appears as a corpse called Kamoebas, that at first introduced in 1970 film Space Amoeba. And yes, according to what I heard from kaiju profile of Kamoebas and Gamera from Wikizilla, about the idea of having the object and wash ashore appear on the beach in Japan. In the fourth draft for Tokyo SOS under the title Godzilla 2004, where in this version, where a gigantic cocoon appears in wash ashore, when the JXSDF believed it was belonged to Mothra and prepared to destroy it with a maser tank. But when Godzilla emerged out of the cocoon, because Godzilla got covered with webs after the battle with Mothra larvae. But when Masaaki Tezuka found it was too boring, so he decided to write his own draft and replace the cocoon with a carcass of a kaiju. Working on the new monster, which is I put it in the description below, that he was supposed to be making an appearance. But Toho said was very unnecessary to make that monster, to have a new monster get killed off by Godzilla way quick. So they only prefer having the existed kaiju. Tezuka agreed, and he thought he wanted to bring Anguirus. But Shogo Tomiyama denied it because he wanted to keep Anguirus alive for the possibility of a sequel. But frustrated, Masaaki Tezuka thought he wanted to bring Gamera make appearance. But Toho would only present him as the only existed Toho turtle kaiju, Kamoebas, instead. And around that same time in 2003, Sony lost the rights for the Godzilla because it was expired in 2003, as they were trying, making as the untitled reboot American Godzilla movie with no connection to the 1998 film, as in to let the expired rights in 2003 until that time. It was around that same time in the year 2003. And so on. Godzilla had a similar costume from the previous film. It had a scar on his chest and he resembled he got hurt after the Apollo Zero damaged him. And so Kiryu got a newest design, similar costume for the previous film, but only modified it to make it different. In this version, he's called Modified Type 3 Kiryu. I really love that design in the new version. It looks pretty impressive. And the final battle takes place in Tokyo was very impressive. I like everything they did great, but you can see the wire when after Godzilla bites Mothra and got her hit and smashed on the building, you can see the wire before Mothra hit the building. Yeah, you can see the wire. And also the movie also brought back some elements from Mothra vs. Godzilla style, as the adult Mothra got killed by Godzilla right in front of her child. Mothra larvae, the twins, were deciding how to avenge their mother to take down Godzilla like in the original Mothra vs. Godzilla style. But the movie was pretty good, everything was all awesome. So yeah, I have nothing else to talk about for Godzilla Tokyo SOS. Stay tuned to the next episode. I will reveal the final entrance in the Millennium series, and the last part of the Millennium timeline. A fifth part, the Final Wars timeline with Godzilla Final War. Stay tuned for that episode. Bye!